First, before I dive into today's episode, I'm going to answer the question, are we too hard on ourselves? 100% yes. Now, are we too soft on ourselves? 100% yes as well. The reason why I proposed this question and I'm diving into it today in this episode is I had kind of a moment today where it hit me that part of growing up on a farm, life is perceptually hard. There's a constant battle with the weather. There's the constant battle with life, barbed wire, bale string, cows getting out, money, anything you can think of, droughts. Like, it's theoretically, when you think of farming, most people think of a hard life. And that mindset and belief is in my mind. And I've known about it. I've seasoned it and seen it come up with a lot of different areas of my life related to money. But one of them hit me today about parenting, and that I almost had this belief that it has to be hard. That through all the things that I've done, invested in to be a good dad, I still had this idea that, you know what, like, I'm holding on to this idea that it still has to be hard. So I have to have this perception that it's hard. And so that my mindset and belief systems all wrap around that this is supposed to be hard. And it made me challenge a couple different things that I've said. And challenging yourself on things you've already said, this is something that the evolution of growth leads you towards. Something I've said, I'm not sure exactly what episode I said it, but I was talking about hard things, that all roads in life are hard, but you get to pick the hard road that you want. Now, to get to success, there is hard work. These are things that are well documented, well proposed, and well followed, and they take you to success. And I believe that if I want $1 million, that just doesn't show up. You got to do the work, and that oftentimes is hard. But I think it's a language problem as well, because if it feels hard, looks hard, and sounds hard, generally we don't do it. Or in this case, we almost punish ourselves in a hard way of beating ourselves up. But maybe that idea of doing it hard isn't necessarily a good idea. What I'm trying to get to, and I realize maybe I'm looping myself into my own sentences here, is this idea that it's a language problem. That are we too hard on ourselves? Yes. But if we were to just frame it within success, success isn't necessarily hard. It just takes work. Now, that work isn't necessarily hard. I'll even give you a different example. Going to the gym, I could easily say that's hard. You know, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, going to the gym every day, that's hard. But again, if my mind says it's hard, I set myself up for this battle in my mind to take place, that I have to win this war. There's no fucking war on the way to the gym. It's just me in the gym. It's just a process. And that process leads to success. And so what I'm kind of early on thinking here, and this is my therapy session here and letting it out, is realizing that in many ways, the perception that it needs to be hard, the belief system that it needs to be hard, is also what keeps me trapped. As long as it has to be hard, then it's okay to be stuck. And as long as it's hard, then it's okay. It's hard for everybody. No, it's not. There's people that you look and they're like, boom, they just go to the moon quick. Because in their mind, the belief system doesn't tell them it's hard. Their belief system says, you put your mind to it, you could do it, which is also said quite often. But when we add this word hard into it, I think it's tied to our belief systems of how we grew up, whether we lived a hard life. And also, as I think about this, again, this is kind of me talking it openly, is think about people like Tony Robbins, Oprah Winfrey, anybody who's had a hard life. And in those cases, I would say it's a safe time to say hard, whether they grew up in poverty, whether they grew up molested, or any type of issues growing up where their childhood was hard. It was hard. It was lucky to get through type moment. Those people, when they grow through life and decide to do something like Tony Robbins, they don't use the word hard probably, because this isn't that hard compared to where they've been. They know what hard is, and this isn't hard. This is just work. And they do the work, success follows. And success leaves clues. So they know it's not hard. It's just they got to look for the clues, pick them up, keep going. So as you think about this, are we too hard on ourselves? Yes. My challenge to you is recognize, just do a little bit digging. Where are you asking the process to be hard on purpose? Because that's how you need it to be. This was actually born out of a question that I asked my coach where I said, I feel like there's a belief system or a truth that prevents me from seeing something, that there's something in my mind that has to be true in order for this process to keep repeating. And he said, oftentimes people feel that parenting has to be hard. And I was like, whoa, it hit me. I have to have it hard because that's how life showed up. And that word hard is in my head in the context of this. So, closing out this thought, recognize where you may be having a belief system issue related to hard, where the actual headbutting that you run into every day is actually because you think it's designed to be hard and you need to be hard. And as long as it's hard, it's okay. No. There's only one place it's okay to be hard, and that's the bedroom. This mindset, this belief system needs a change. And I'll keep you posted as I keep figuring this out. But this is a fresh thought, fresh idea, and fresh ideation of this. But remember, we are too hard on ourselves, and we're also too soft on ourselves. And the idea is it's neither or. The idea is just a matter of doing the work. Do the work, success follows. Guys, that is all I have for you today, and I'll be back again with you guys tomorrow.